Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Getting set now over the putt. Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. And that's a bogey. Great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th, but Frank, I'm wondering, as a player, is your mind beginning to think about what's ahead at that par 3 16th hole?
Oh, they are. This is really the finishing stretch at TPC Scottsdale, where you get all these swing holes. 15 is a swing hole. 16, 17, and 18, where so many changes in the score can actually happen. But this one here is all about finding the fairway. A good drive down here will be well rewarded because you'll have a chance to reach this par 5 and 2.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par. Should be safely on deck.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Frank, where has that been?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Well, here we are at the 16th hole, looking at just over 160 yards. Doesn't seem all that daunting, Frank. But 160 yards with 20,000 people, horned into a little stadium in the desert, that makes it a different story.
It certainly is. This was one hole, too, where Tom Watson would send his caddy forward. He would stay back by 15. His caddy would get his yardage. Watson would simply walk on the tee. His caddy would give him the club. He would not go through his normal routine. He would simply just head away. It was one hole that he never wanted to think about. It might look simple, but it's what the player feels.
Methodically starting to climb the leaderboard now. 4 under par for the tournament with yet another birdie. Frank, 16 was fun. 17 is always exciting here at TPC Scottsdale.
You've got to be careful because that water that sort of goes around the left side of the green, if that ball's coming in with a little bit of hook, it's just going to keep going left. There's the one bunker you really have to focus on. That's the one in the middle of the fairway. 280 will carry that. Chances are the ball can run onto the green. It takes a brave man really to try and fly this ball all the way there. It's not really needed because there's always another 10 or 15 yards of run. Factor that in.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Well, again, the fairways are lined with those huge galleries coming off 16 and 17. Now the finishing hole here at TPC Scottsdale. And Frank, what can we expect?
Well, this is a goodie. It'll play slightly as a dogleg left. Now, many a year, a player would try and carry the ball all the way over that water down the left side, but those new bunkers down there, it stopped the J.B. Holmes attack on this par 4. You're really going to have to play a little right of those now, and there's a couple of bunkers up on the hill to stop you doing that. So this is really a much tougher tee shot. 40 yards of par 4 just got a little bit more difficult.
Good looking shot right here. Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that, but really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Down, little Sheba, down! Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face. So it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination. And that's where the men separate themselves from the boys. That was just a beautiful bunker shot.
That's skill right there. Been a little too much of that, Frank. Just sort of ho-hum pars. Getting ready to tee off here at the 8th. Frank, this hole has it all. Dogleg, bunkers, water. How do you successfully navigate it?
It's such a pretty looking hole, Rich. That bunker down the left just sort of pops out and you see it. So you can either work it off that to the right, either that or just aim a little right. But be careful of those trees on the right.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Nice par to remain 1 under. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally a nice little draw off the tee. But the hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left and yet the green goes the other way.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
This is an awkward length.
Well, continuing to move in the right direction now to 2 under for the championship. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10. Second shot, Frank, now to the par 4 10.
Have to look, first of all, which quarter of the green that the flag is, because this 10th green really is 4 different quarters. As long as you're keeping that second shot in that little area, then 10 will certainly reward that second shot.
Early part of this second 9 with good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. And now he has this for the birdie.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in, because it never made it.
Good solid par right there. Par 4 11th, you see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, the tournament scoring record was set by Buddy Allen. That was way back in 1973. A whopping 23 under. That's like a video game score.
Yeah, they made sure that would never happen again. They lengthened the golf course. They firmed up the greens. They sped them up. They did everything to make sure that nobody, including you, ever shoots 23 under here again.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lauder alongside Frank Navalo. So long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Now the approach here at number 1, Frank, what's he looking at?
A nice high, soft landing second shot would be ideal here. There's a little bit of a ridge in this green. Don't really want to be going long here. Those 2 bunkers, never easy coming out of those and downhill.
That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. He'll take par and move on. Back to the action here at the second and a par 3. Frank, it's 231 yards. What are we looking at?
Well, somehow, if you can hit it sky high, that's the best shot to hit in there. This green sometimes gets brick hard, and of course, it all slopes to the left. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot. Good look at the green. These are the kind of putts that keep a round going about 10 feet away for par. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right. There's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. 561 yard, par 5 fourth. Frank, a chance to make 4 and maybe even an eagle 3.
Yeah, that green's just raised a little bit. So if you had a good drive in there and you're going with a slightly shorter club, big advantage. Oh, I liked that.
No troubles there. Right in the fairway here at the 4th. Second from an excellent lie. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Well, at last, a birdie. That concludes the second round here at this amazing golf course. And Frank, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
I certainly am as well. The players have gotten off to a very good start, and they must have a good feel for the course right now and know what they have to do in order to win.